Happy dawning, Guardian.
Hey, what's going on, Guardians? TBL here, and today has been an absolutely incredible day in the world of Destiny. Now, of course, we've got the PlayStation Experience Expo live right now, and earlier we had our very first look at Destiny's Dawning event, the winter event in the world of Destiny. And of course, we did have a news video covering that a little bit earlier today. But for this video, we're going to be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look on exactly what we got to see in that trailer and some of the things we've learned since that trailer went live. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Dawning is going to be a winter event coming to Destiny starting on December 13th and going 3 weeks until January 3rd. And for this analysis, we're going to be starting right at the beginning of the trailer for this event, which is really only a little bit over a minute and a half long. The very first thing we get to see is that we do have a new tower event and a new tower atmosphere. It's going to be decorated, snow's going to be falling, we've got snowflakes and everything decorated all over the tower. It also looks like we're going to be getting some new mask-like items, similar to what we had in the Festival of the Lost. And of course, the big return of the Sparrow Racing League. We've got a lot to unpack there. It looks like we're going to be having 2 new tracks, one on Mercury and the other on Earth, to make for a full total of 4 tracks with Sparrow Racing League. It's a lot better than just having 2 for a full 3-week event. And these 2 tracks in particular look like they're going to be a little bit more harrowing than the previous 2 we got last year. The one on Mercury is filled with Vex. We even got a look at a Vex Cyclops that's going to be somewhere on the map, likely making things a little bit more interesting in terms of a race. The Earth map looks like it's going to be a straight up race down Fellwinter Peak, which is exactly what we've been asking for ever since we got to see our new favorite Guardian hub of the Fellwinter Temple. Additionally, we got our first looks at some new Sparrows and some new racing gear. It looks like there's going to be about 11 new Sparrows, at least from the ones that we've seen thus far, and some of them look pretty darn cool. Additionally, we've got some new Sparrow Racing League armor, and the big ticket thing here is all of it is going to be infusible. This was confirmed after the trailer went live via Game Informer. All of the SRL armor is going to be infusible, from your head down to your boots. Now, last year you could only infuse the helmet and the class item, and it looks like that's no longer going to be the case. If you want to run around in your shining racing gear, you'll be able to do it at the highest light now. And moving on from the Sparrow Racing League stuff, we got to see another look at the Void and Solar Thunderlord variants. We got a few shots of that, and we've learned since then that both of those weapons will be tied to brand new exotic quests. But more on that a little bit later. After that, we got to see some ornaments for some fan-favorite exotics. We got to see the Thorn ornament, the Last Word has a new black ornament, and we got to see a few ornaments for the Red Death Pulse Rifle. And for those who might be questioning whether or not we're actually going to get the Void and Solar variant of the Thunderlord this time around, they've officially gotten their names. The Void variant is called the Nova Mortis, and the Solar variant is called the Abaddon, the Destroyer. And additionally, we've gotten all of the new names of the new exotic ornaments. For the Red Death, we've got the White Witch as well as the Steel Witch. The Last Word is going to be getting 2 ornaments called the Sequel and Addendum. Thorn's ornaments are going to be called the Rose of Corruption and the Rose of Acid, while for the Icebreaker, we've got the Dune Maker. Finally, we've got a surprising ornament for the Black Spindle called Cold Between Stars. I gotta say, they all look pretty darn good. I really dig the ornament system, and I can't wait to see the rest that are coming. After that, things moved on into a PvE environment, where we got to see a brand new strike scoring system that's going to be introduced alongside the Dawning. Now, this scoring system is going to be similar to the point system in PvP that's going to be enabled in the SIVA Crisis, Heroic Strike, and Nightfall Strike playlists. The scoring system will grant you points as you get kills or complete objectives in these strikes, and it'll give you PvP style medals and trophies as you're going through. Additionally, the Will of Crota, the Nexus, and the Shadow Thief strikes are going to be coming back in a big way. They will all now have SIVA variants. Now, this is perfect news for me. You guys know how big of a fan I was of Year 1's classic Nexus strike, and I have been waiting for it to make its way back into the world of Destiny. It was one of the few strikes remaining. It was one of the last ones, and we're finally getting it back with a SIVA variant. That's gonna be awesome. Commander Zavala will also now have strike-specific bounties, similar to the kind that you pick up from Varix for the Prison of Elders. Completing these bounties can get you a chance at the Year 1 classic exotic, the Icebreaker. And it seems like the bounties are going to heavily revolve around getting kills in strikes. We got to see a little bit of the point system there too. Explosive kills will grant you 200 points, shank kills will grant you 50, dregs will grant you 50, acolytes will grant you 125, vandals will grant you 200 points, knights 450, and for heavy streak kills you'll get 100 points, while explosive streak kills will get you 400 points. Each of these is going to be tied to medals of their own, and it's fair to say there's going to be a little bit of competition brewing between you and your strike buddies. After that, we got a very quick glimpse of all of the earnable medals in sort of a mosaic. Hopefully we'll be getting more information on exactly what all of those are really soon. Alright, moving on after that, new quests and challenges were also teased. We've got some new Sparrow Racing League quests, which are likely going to be very similar to the ones that we had last year, which simply ask that you rank up with the Racing League itself, and we got some new PvE quests, which are likely going to tie into the new variants of the strikes that we mentioned before. And speaking of things coming back from year one, the Icebreaker is coming back. That's right, the Titan of Terror from year one, one of the best PvE guns in the game, so good it had to get nerfed. It's coming back, and it's bringing a few new ornaments with it. Now, of course, the Icebreaker is one of the most legendary guns in Destiny's history. It was something everybody wanted or had in their inventory back in the day, and it feels really good to have that gun back. And we have learned since this trailer went live that it will be available via Commander Zavala. It's going to be tied to one of his Nightfall bounties. So you're going to have to play a little bit of PvE to get your hands on one of the best PvE guns. Makes sense to me. Now, of course, new armor sets were shown off as well. We got to see a bunch of new Warlock armors, as well as some new Titan and Hunter armors as well. We got new shaders, new emblems, and of course, new stuff from Eververse Trading Company. We've got some new treasures and some new gifts as they were titled in the video. Overall, tying into the fact there's going to be a lot of stuff to do and a lot of things to collect over the Dawning event starting again December 13th. Well, that pretty much covers it for the actual reveal video, but there's still so much more to talk about today. After the trailer went live, we got tons of new images and information about the Dawning from Game Informer. First and foremost, after the conclusion of the Dawning event, Sparrow Racing League will be remaining as a permanent game mode in private matches. Want to host your own race? Well, now you can. Additionally, it was also unveiled that the strike scoring will indeed be a permanent addition as well. If you only own the Taken King, however, you'll only have access to the original 2 tracks, not the 2 that are coming in the Dawning itself. Additionally, we got a ton of new screenshots of Sparrow Racing League tracks, weapons, armor, and even some of the newly revamped strikes. In particular, did you guys notice this? The new variant of the Nexus seems to somehow utilize the relic from the Vault of Glass. We got a few really good screenshots of a Guardian carrying what is obviously the relic, the Gorgon relic from the Vault of Glass, in the Nexus strike. What that means, I have no idea. All I know is I want it right now. Overall, there's a ton more information to unpack here, and we're nowhere near done covering it all. But alright, that's it for this one, Guardians. We've got to get back to analyzing things. Be sure to let us know how you feel about Destiny's Dawning event down in the comment section below. You guys excited? Be sure to let us know. But alright, that's it for this one. As always, I am TheBlackLink. You Guardians, stay frosty.